say we got some more big rocks. Per usual, more rocks. We got a hammer out of the way. Makes me want to go swimming, Mike. This is some good weather for swimming. What's going on here? Right on the money?
Right on the lines.
Always right on the money.
Huh?
Right on the money on that one.
The lines.
Pick up one side of the level, then it will be.
Where is that? Is that right on the wall, or is that?
Yeah, well, that's you're gonna want something like.
Gonna be too close. Like
Why? What was it?
Like right at 14.
Well, if it's right at 14, that was right on here. I cut that flush anyways. We'll bring a piece over here and measure the exact length because. I'd rather it didn't do that, but. Okay, spin it.
Yep. Okay.
Spin it.
I get the big fucking goofy one.
Because I thought I could spin it, but I can't. There we go. Two 12-inch holes cored. We got the core and seal in here. We got a sewer main. Stoning that up right now. Been pretty good. Pretty easy. After we're done stoning that, we'll backfill it and get safe. It's got the side in this house. And then we'll start doing this part of the main right there. We'll see. There is a outcropping rock about halfway, so we'll see how much of a pain that is. way to here, Mike. What?
You have to do that again.
Storm's coming. Got one piece of pipe in. Pipe in. Structure's basically ready for an invert. Day 2, digging so far, going a little better. Looks like we've hit our first rock. Hammer time! got these two cord, rest of that main in, stoning it up right now. There's one more hole that will be drilled right there. It's windy out. One more hole that will be drilled right there. That will go across the street here, and that's where the septic tank will be for this this whole project. It's a big septic tank. I think it's like 65 feet long. We got that. Just backfilling that over there. So we'll see how much rock is in this line. So the whole project that way will come into this structure here, and these 4 houses go into this main, which come here, and then it goes out. It's and this piece that's untarred will come out. We're just leaving it in there, give it some height for right now, just so we can see it, so people can see it. There's a hole here. We got some drainage right here we're going to swap to. Kind of move all the utilities together down the road. You couldn't even like dig with this. Drill a 7-inch hole, so put 7 on that seam.
I did 8. So what do you want?
Put a mark where 25 1/4 is. Here, I'll hold the tape. Thankfully we got plenty of pitch and it's only drainage. Nothing too critical here, right?
What?
Nothing too critical here, right? Right?
Just needs to flow this way. On that one is 59.79.
So 61 is up here.
How long is that run?
It's about 15, 20 feet.
And right here is 59.10. So we need to come up like 2 feet. At least 2 feet.
Turn that straight up, right?
You're gonna need another 45. Yeah. Crusher's moving.
Just got it fixed.
Mike, go more towards where I'm at. sewer main is basically down to that structure down there. It went pretty good as we were digging through mostly our crusher run here. It's not much of a trench, so it went pretty smoothly. I do say so myself. A whole lot better than the other piece we did yesterday and the day before. So, you know, it's not that deep in the ground, but it'll go right in that structure, and then it'll split off, go that way to another structure, and then over by the 320 there's actually another spur with I think another 5 or 6 houses that will go into. We're switching gears a little bit. We're gonna head to another job. So it's doing a septic on a big custom home. So we'll be there for about a week, hopefully. I don't know, stuff always changes, you know how it goes. Oh, it's windy. Hopefully we get this wind in the summer to cool off. We will see. But we'll see on that job. This is that septic job right here. You can see here the painted out lines. It's the septic. So we're going to start digging that out. We have some drainage to hook up, but mainly here for the septic. We got our sand, majority of our sand right there, leach bed sand. But this is the house. It's pretty cool. Mike's not used to all that power of the 304. So this is the permanent drain. It's also hooked to the gutter system. So on Monday when we come back, I'll grab a T over the weekend, hack that 90 out of there. Now we'll give us our line out. I'll show you here on the GPS. They have these drainage systems. They use I think they're the infiltrator style, same thing, kind of like a septic system, but let's see. So this house is pretty big, so it's kind of hard to see, but so that's what we have to build, and we're going to do it right here. So it's basically another septic system, but for rainwater. And so each one of these green boxes is let's see, they're like a 7 by 4 ish blue half round infiltrator thing. So there's quite a few on this. As you can tell, this house does have a lot of roof on it, which is basically the main purpose of this, is to catch water runoff from the roof. Mike's been working on this hole for a little bit. See the nice pure sand here. Maybe not pure, but it's nice gravel, that's for sure, at minimum. Definitely way better digging conditions than we've been dealing with, so that's a treat. But Dad's over there. He's almost done with the muck out for the septic, and then he'll be able to come over here, hopefully whack this hole out a little quicker. Next day here, we got our hole filled up to the line we need with sand. We got our 2 trenches marked out. We're just waiting on our double wash stone for the trenches, and we typically leave it in the back of the truck, and we'll just scoop it right out to keep it as clean as possible. The stone does need to be inspected by the Board of Health agent. So when Mike gets back with that load, we will have to wait for the Board of Health inspector before we can actually start putting it in the system. But this is ready to go, and the system out back is also ready to go. The stone was inspected, it's all good. So we started digging first trench. We got a trench right here, a trench right here. And everything is a specified elevation according to the plan. So he's grabbing some stone. We leave it right in the truck so it stays clean. He'll put it in here, and then we piece of schedule 40 4-inch perforated goes in there, and then it will go into the D-box. Okay. So if you just leave it right there, but tape the 5, probably put stone on it, tape the 5. Perfect. Probably put some more right here. on the vents here. This is a special type of septic system where it's got a blower unit in there. So I have a 2-inch line that will go all the way to the tank. There's this unit that goes inside the tank. You'll see that when we install that. But for the most part, the trenches are all taken care of. Those are all done. So we're just working on the vents. There will be a total of 3 candy canes together. Actually, one will be an intake for that, vent for the tank, and then a vent for the trenches. A lot of vents, but that's what you get with these fancy things. Mike, do we know which panel it's coming in through? Alright, I'm gonna go count that real quick. What?
There's 3 of them in the garage. This is the shittiest looking one.
Alright. Down. Yep. Should be sufficient. Alrighty, so we're switching gears to the drainage system. And so we have the hole done. Mike's down there, shuttling the 1.5 inch wash stone in there. And we're gonna see if we can work this way. We'll put like 1 or 2 rows of the blue Caltech things, infiltrators, whichever one they are. And then we put more stone on top of it. And then we'll take the extra of that non-woven, I forget exactly what it is, but it's like the same stuff as a silk fence, and we'll wrap it, and it'll turn into like a giant like burrito. Skid steers that don't have them, and I'm like, how the heck do I operate this again? They're so nice to have. tank is here. What's that, a new lifting bar?
I don't know.
You gonna fit?
I hope so. That's the size of the tank right there, so.
That's what the piece of paper said.
So they didn't have any regular duty ones, so now we got a HD.
This is a
HD, so now the cover's closer to the grade. Anyway.
Does that make it heavier?
Yeah.
You'll still be able to take the lid off, right? Mike, you want to grab? I can use this. What was that?
We only need to get it to the
Oh, alright. Outside.
Making sure you thought it backwards.
I thought it was backwards, but it's not backwards.
Put it on there.
My deputy just had his fire chief at the top. Had surgery. Went back on a Wednesday. Went back on a Friday. I know it's normal. I went back Saturday. September. Don't want to let me down. You know what? I'm not sure I want to die.
You'll have to go up too.
Back to the truck a little? Yeah.
Mike, I got like 4 inches to the line. Oh, 2 inches. I'm good with that, Mike.
They're in your box.
That's all we need.
Lucky you didn't have to have a big.
Right on the mic?
He's still in well,
Do you want to double check the invert too?
5 days.
Hey Dad, you want to grab that rod? We'll just double check the invert. Mike, you...
He goes back every 3 days to get checked. Make sure everything's healing and you're doing stuff right.
So my wife did that here we go.
I'll hold it up there if you hold it right on.
What do you want on the number?
Still can't bend it all.
It's all the same, this and that.
It should be, yep.
Yeah, but you don't want to cut that, Mike.
What do I want the number to be? How long?
You might just... You're going to shoot the top of it?
I was gonna jump over there, but I was like, I'll let you jump over.
And so what am I doing, Mike? Just going to like the rubber edge?
Yeah, just the invert.
Like kind of like where the invert would be?
Yeah, he was, I think he was 14 when he started smoking. He was a 2-pack, 2.5-pack a day. Till like 60. Probably 20 minutes outside.
It's going to work perfect on that.
Brought him on last year, but he took him forever to get his son.
Are we switching gears back to this?
You know, the state doesn't
Allow
work.
you to do that in the rain and this in the rain.
Okay. Oh, it's getting hot out, huh?
I guess next month he's going for a travel license.
So we have to pick up the lid on this tank here to be able to get that unit inside the tank. They ended up sending a heavy duty version, so it's like maybe for going in like parking lots or under a driveway or something like that. It's a heavy duty version, but hopefully the 312 can pick up the lid. Should be fine. so you guys can see, there's a vent for the trenches, a vent for the tank, and then this last one right here is actually an intake for this blower unit. So anything over a certain distance in the trenches requires a vent. It's got to be separate from the tank vent, which is specific to this type of system. And then you have an intake for this blower, and it goes into, let's see, the 2 inches right here. And so you have the vent and the blower line that go all the way to the tank, and you have some electrical conduit there for the blower. But, yeah, these are the best systems right here. I said it here on camera.
I know I'm recording all these measurements now.
You are?
I'll fucking never do one again.
As soon as you gotta figure it out, you'll never have to do it again. So, from where to where though? It's gonna have to be kind of cut like a little trough.
So what did that end up being?
This is 9 5/8.
Blue collar hands using a sandpaper.
Watch out, you have operator hands. They'll probably slice your hand right open. 10 right on the damn money.
9 5/8.
9 5/8. We have to trim the PVC pipe. Just wait 1 second though. Working out. Done for today. Got the deep box and one outlet. We got the inlet. Tank is basically all together. We do have to lift the lid tomorrow morning, put a strip of butyl around the rope. We got this pipe in, holds all cord. There's it was a good, productive day. Working on this drainage system today. It was just like pouring for a couple hours, but it seems to have calmed down a little bit, which is nice. We have the second row of these Coltech chambers in, so I'm just running stone back and forth, feeding Mike's just spreading it out. But thankfully the rain is either moderate to light. Right now it's not raining, which is nice. But it was, I had a poncho and everything. It was pouring like an hour ago. But this is going pretty good. We'll see, we're gonna be close on stone, I think. But we'll get as much done today. Today is Saturday, so the quarry's gonna close. Probably, I think they close right at noon. We don't have the dump truck anyway, so he's working on the slopes on the side there. Just kind of doing some subgrade work. So far, so good. Mike, see if you can get a little bit more up close.
A big old system.
Yeah. Almost. So it doesn't cost as much as one though. Not yet, right? It is Monday. On Saturday, it started to get pretty rainy and really turned into a crappy day. We did get those drainage systems done on Saturday. So obviously it's a much nicer day today, which is good. We're working on the septic tank, working on the blower unit pipe work, the vent for the tank. We gotta cut that riser so we can get that vent pipe in there. You just tap that out with a, should be able to just tap it with a hammer, Mike, and it should break. Get it?
You want this in here out? Probably in there because then it won't settle together.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. How's that look? Doable?
If you grab that.
Do we have enough batteries? Somebody has my 6.0, so.
Killed it yesterday.
Nice.
No, not the 6.0, but one of your big batteries.
Mike, keep that above that tar. Go for the center, go up like 1.5 inches. Yeah. Was it trick work? Look at that. Worked out good. Kept a lot of the mess from going in that thing. Good to go?
Probably, huh?
Mm-hmm. Would you already glue that one?
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, wow, that's kind of a tough angle right there. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. It sounds like a turbo. Tank is all set to go. You have all the risers and all the iron on here. This is what this looks like at the end. So blower unit goes down and it just aerates this honeycomb thing. That's the vent. Got the D-box all set up. The plan requires there to be access to take samples out of the D-box. So that's why we have a contraption like this. But it's all good to go. Mike is working on an electrical trench. Maybe 2 granite posts, 1 each out of the driveway. This is one of the last things we have to do. Put some pea stone for the play set out back, and then spread some loom, but that's about as far as we're going with the landscaping, is just spreading the loom, and then we'll be done. That's a wrap for today. We got some trees planted. We got the subgrade all set. Tomorrow we're looming. We got about 30 loads of loom. Hopefully we can get those all in tomorrow. We're having someone else do all the trucking. We're gonna get 2 skid steers running, 308 spreading it out with the tilt bucket. So hopefully that goes good and according to plan. Besides that, everything's been smooth so far. The granite light posts are in, these couple trees. We got all our finals on the septic and the drainage out back, so we are good to go. Hopefully tomorrow's our last day here. We'll see. Might be Friday. Today is Wednesday, so definitely be here tomorrow. We'll probably end up pulling out of here on Friday. I already got 2 loads here. This day's starting off good. Plugging right along. I think we got about 9 loads of loom here so far. We got both those skid steers running. I'm feeding him, and Mike is just kind of working by himself, getting up against the house, raking it out and everything. Moving right along. Just about done here. This is out back. We got the playground set, and everything's just about good to go. The 308 was just able to reach the bottom out here. All good to go. He's just doing the last little bit out front, And Mike's on the way here with the Peterbilt and the trailer. And we're out of here. Just about there. It's got a little cleanup work right here behind this pile of grader base, but almost there. Oh, nice and perfect. Ready for some hydro seed. Blended right into this retention pond. I think it looks awesome. Nothing left for us to do here. This project is wrapped up. The only reason why we'd have to come back here is something pretty crazy. But we're all done here. Hydro seeder and paver and the guy doing the walkway is supposed to come next week. It is Friday, so the homeowner is hoping to move in the 17th, which is 16 days away. So best of luck to them. They got some more cleaning up to do inside, but for the most part they're pretty close. But yeah, it's gonna wrap it up for this one. See you on the next one.